And I know I could tell you anything. You won't judge, you'll just listen then. 'Cause you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. 'Cause my darling, you and I could take over the world, one step at a time, just you and I. And you're the only one who brings light just like the sun, one step at a time, just you and I.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Morning Coffee. Happy Tuesday. Hope your Monday was okay. Hope you were able to accept a little bit of that pain, to ease a little bit of that suffering. If you guys want, you can follow me at RickAlexander_ and at Lionheart Radio. If you want to talk about the show, you want to connect, talk about coaching, whatever it is, hit me up on there. That intro music was by Brittany Taylor, and she is at Brittany Taylor on Instagram. Today I wanted to ask you a specific question, and so that the question doesn't sound so accusatory, I'm going to kind of break down what it is that I actually mean by this. But the question that I want you to ask yourself today is, am I ever going to allow myself to actually be happy? And when you ask yourself that, you have to ask yourself believing that there's an answer and that you don't know the answer right now. Because it should be obvious, right? There should be, essentially, if you ask yourself, am I going to allow myself to be happy? There should be no deliberation between the time that you ask yourself that and the answer. Only the thing is, if you apply this to every single part of your life, what you begin to realize is that the answer isn't so obvious, because you are holding yourself back in a lot of different ways. So if we think about this, how many times have you started something only to fall off? Let's talk about diets. Let's talk about exercise programs. Let's talk about professional development and school programs, like all of the different things that we do on a day-to-day basis in order to improve who we are. What we all have a tendency to do is to start with a lot of momentum, and then we fall off, and then it sort of becomes a distant memory. But when I say, will you let yourself be happy? What I mean is, if you look at all these different areas of your life that you want to be happy in, where you kind of feel like you do know the right thing to do, you then have to ask yourself, who else could it be that's holding me back? Because the answer, of course, is that there's nobody. So if you're not happy in any area of your life, the only possible reason is that you're not allowing yourself to actually do it. If you aren't where you want to be, then clearly you aren't allowing yourself to get there. And that is the thing that you need to figure out. You need to figure out what's happening in your psyche that is forcing you or holding you back. Because it literally couldn't be anyone else. It's only you that's in charge of your life. And while I understand that you do know this, just as I do, I've stopped on occasion to ask myself, look, is there ever going to be a moment where you allow yourself to be happy? Where you allow yourself to do all of the things that you know you need to do? Now, one thing I'll share with you is through my own self-analyzing and trying to figure this stuff out for myself and trying to answer that question, one of the conclusions that I came to is that if I look at the different areas of my life, health, fitness, the different values of my life, that'd probably be a better way to put it, then I actually do know the right thing to do in all of those areas, but I'm not always doing them. And so the conclusion that I came to with enough sort of meditative thought around this idea is that within all of the areas of my life, I'm not going to allow myself to be happy if I don't show up for myself and do the exact things that I know to do in each and every one of those circumstances. So if I don't hold myself to a standard in how my diet is and how I eat, if I don't hold that same standard in my exercise, if I don't hold that same standard with my clients and my coaching and with the podcast, like if I don't meet this standard of excellence that I have for myself, and I don't bring my actions into alignment with what I actually want, then the answer is no, I'm never going to allow myself to be happy. And the reason I'm not is because I'm knowingly not doing the things that I know that I need to do. And so if you have trouble answering this question for yourself, am I ever actually going to let myself be happy? The place to start might be to start looking at all of the different areas where you're not doing the thing that you know you need to do in order to be successful in that area. Because if we're ever going to accept our lives, then we have to be proud of how we show up, which means if we know the right thing to do, we have to show up for ourselves in that instance and do the right thing so that we can build a case for ourselves, so that we can actually allow ourselves to get over this hump, to get over whatever we're stuck in, whatever this limiting belief is, and then just allow ourselves to be happy. Because here's the other component of this. With every single thing that you might want to do, like whenever you have a dream, there's an analytical side of your mind, and that part of your mind is known as your conscience. And the first thing that it's going to do is it's going to undercut your own dream, and it's going to give you every single reason why that thing might not work out. Now, the thing that sucks is you will be able to do this on every single decision you can make. So when you're thinking about making big pivots or big decisions in life, and you're like, maybe I'll go do this or I'll go do that, or you're just kind of trying to figure it out and you're looking at it, know that the way that your mind is set up, you will find a reason why that thing won't work every single time you do it. If you think in negations and with negativity, then that's exactly what you're going to get. Now, if you allow that to become your mode of being, then the answer again is no, you're never going to allow yourself to be happy. Because the truth is, you can undercut everything you do. You can come up with a reason why every single thing you want to do isn't going to work. But again, the question you got to ask yourself is, at what point is it going to end? At some point you have to ask yourself if you're ever going to stop overanalyzing and stop cutting yourself down and just for once allow yourself to go confidently in the direction that you feel called to, in the direction of whatever your dreams are. And if you think through this enough, you might say to yourself, am I ever going to allow myself to be happy? And you might come up with the answer of like, no, I'm not going to do the things that I know I need to do. But in that case, at least you're going into your life with your eyes open. You know that you are the reason. You are the thing that's holding you back. You're the reason that you're not moving forward. It couldn't be anybody else. And I think over a period of time of holding yourself back, knowing what you really want, I think the answer that you'll come to is that you actually have to start showing up for yourself and allowing yourself to be happy. But this idea that we can sort of cut down our own dreams and we can not show up for ourselves and we can, all these little areas are where dissonance grows in our lives and we become a little bit less satisfied with our time here. So ask yourself that question, answer honestly, and if the answer is yes, well, you and I both know that we got work to do. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later on Morning Coffee.
Drinking a German beer with a Cuban cigar in the middle of Paris with a Dominican bar. Great head on her shoulder, she probably studied abroad. She transferred to Harvard from King's College in March. She says that I'm her favorite cause she admires the art. Michelangelo with the flow, Picasso with the bars. She's well put together like a piece by Gershwin, Renaissance style. Tonight is picture perfect, so smile and pack your bags real good, baby, cause you'll be gone for a while. Girl, tell me how you feel. What's your fantasy, yo? I see it's on the beach down in Mexico. You can put your feet up, be my senorita. We ain't gotta rush, just take it slow. You'll be in the highlight, soaking up the sunlight. Anything you want, it's yours. I have you living life like you should. You say you never had it so good. First class cabin fever, 5-hour layovers from Norway to Egypt. I'm to the point like the pyramids of Giza. Still I'm to the left like the tower out in Pisa. I'm feeling single, baby, I could use a feature. Swagger like Caesar, I'll get you a visa. We can go to Italy and maybe see the Colosseum. I'll be Da Vinci if you be my Mona Lisa and I smile. So pack your bags real good, baby, cause you'll be gone for a while. Girl, tell me how you feel. What's your fantasy, yo? I see it's on the beach down in Mexico. You can put your feet up, be my senorita. We ain't gotta rush, just take it slow. You'll be in the highlight, soaking up the sunlight. Anything you want, it's yours. I have you living life like you should. You say you never had it so good. Make it plural, spin the globe, wherever it lands, that's where we'll go. We'll hit up Europe, yeah, and spend some euros, or maybe visit Berlin, the walls with the murals. This is your month, baby, sign of the Virgo. Private reservations, glasses full of Merlot, a rosé, a burgundy, traveling like turbo. Brush up on your Espanol, we're Barcelona bound, so smile. So pack pack your bags real good, baby, cause you'll be gone for a while. Wow, wow. Girl, tell me how you feel. What's your fantasy, yo? I see it's on the beach down in Mexico. You can put your feet up, be my senorita. We ain't gotta rush, just take it slow. You'll be in the highlight, soaking up the sunlight. Anything you want, it's yours. I have you living life like you should. You say you never had it so good.